our assignment. But for this assignment, we just try to let you get familiar with array, including multiple dimensional array. Okay, so let me broadcast in Windows mode. So I sent two files to your desktop. Let me stop it here. The one is the description of this assignment, assignment 9, and another is the demo application. I believe. Where is it? All right, here. So I send a PDF and a executable file to your desktop. Check that out. So after that, so this is our assignment. Basically, you are asked to design a class, utility class, to practice the calculation or manipulation of vector and a matrix. So basically, that is related to array, right? One-dimensional array or two-dimensional array. So even sometimes you might have a higher dimensional array to be used in your application. So that's fine. So I have also provided you a demo application, vector and a matrix demo, right? So initially we have a vector 1 display in the, I think this is a text box, right? This is a text box, vector 1, vector 2. And matrix 1, probably that should be rich text box. So rich text box, another rich text box. And we try to exercise something. For example, right now vector 1 is right here, right? So user can feel free to change the content of vector 1. I'm not sure whether that is okay or not. Maybe, can I change the dimension? Let me try it. 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Can I do that? No. Find the norm of vector 1. Oh, it's okay. It's working. Anyway, if we put another 1, no. Okay. So it, well, 1.41. Yeah, that's right. So user can feel free to change the content of vector 1 right here. So right now the dimension of this vector 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So if we want to add up the vector 1, vector 2, you need to specify another vector in the same dimension. So 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2. Whoops. Suppose when I have special vector 2, so I like to evaluate v1 plus v2. Okay, so result will display 3, 0, 0, 0. Okay, it's fine. So feel free to change the dimension and the content of vector and matrix right here. Okay, so user can try that. So how about v1 minus v2? v1 minus v2. v1 dot v2, right? Inner product. Oh, no, this is inner product. Now the inner product is a value, right? So actually 2 times 1, 2 times 1. So the result v1 dot v2 equals 4. How about close? Can I do that? No. Crash. Right now, I just increment 3-dimensional. This v1 cross v2 is restricted to 3-dimensional, okay? But since right now dimension is not, so you need to have an L message put out for your user. So this is the message box, right? We have a title, we have a message, and also we specify the icon. So later on, I will show you how to use this message to interact with the user. Okay. So how about the matrix? Matrix 1 right here, right? So it's 4x4 matrix. So we can find the determinant of M1. So determinant of M1 is 180. 是4x4。好，那4x4你要算好，就是 数学教过你，对不对？就 turn 成这个的那个 determinant。好，你要自己说。那 transpose or M3. M3 is currently 3 by 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 3 row, 4 column. So M matrix 3 is a 3 by 4 matrix if you transpose it. 那就 turn out to be 4 by 3. 啊，就得到一个 matrix 哦，啊 transpose of M3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 by 3. How about M1 plus M2? They should be of the same dimension. M1 4 by 4, M2 4 by 4. So M1 plus M2. So result came out here. How about M1 times M2? The matrix multiplication of 2. The dimension should be checked. I mean, the common dimension. The first one and the second one should share the same dimension between the second and the first dimension, right? So we need to check that. So M1 times M2 multiplication, right? M1 times M2, another result came out. M2 close M3 times 3, excuse me. So M2 times M3. Right now it's 4 by 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4. So M2 times M3 should not rounded, right? So it's fair, right? So M2 times M3 is not rounded. M3 can, because M3 is 3 by 4, so dimension is different. I'm sorry I did not deal with that. So M2 times M2 times M3 will fail. How about the matrix and the vector multiplication? So again, we need to check that the dimension should be the same, all right? So M1 is 4 by 4. How about V1? V1 is 4 by 1, right? If you look at it as a column vector, so V1 is 4 by 1, M1 is 4 by 4. So after the multiplication, it should be 4 by 1 vector. How about evaluate a vector? It's turned out to be a row vector, right? V1 serves as a row vector times matrix. So there should be difference. So we try to exercise all kind of calculation right here. All right, so that is the purpose for this assignment. So right now we start the application. Probably some of you have started. Okay, so if you are not so familiar with this, so you can follow me. So we create new project and CSharp. Check with the CSharp Windows desktop, Windows Phone application, Dynamic Framework, desktop. So B07. File 2000 name assignment 9. Right. Okay. So we have project, uniform project. So first thing is change the file name of form 1. So I'm not going to lay out all the user interface in this lab, so you can make that by yourself. So the requirement is that we try to design a class, define a utility class. Why we call it utility class? This class does not do any does not do any great job or task. It's simply just used for helping anyway somehow. So it is related to the vector and the matrix, right? So we like to design that as a utility class. So if we name the class matrix and vector, so we add a class to our project. So again, we kind of exercise object-oriented design. So we add class to our project. So make sure you highlight the project and then right-click, add class. So we just need to prepare class 1 for you. Change the name, vector, and matrix, VECTOR, and matrix. Okay, so we try to populate the functionality of this class by adding all these static functions. So user does not need to differentiate any object of this vector and matrix class at all. It's simply directly use these static functions directly through the name of the class. So sometimes we call this kind of class utility class. All right, so so the first problem, let us prepare this one. The first vector string, matrix string. So if the user sends you an array, double array, right? It's an array, one-dimensional array. Actually, it can be regarded as a vector. And then you need to display it as a string. So user giving you a double array, will return that as a string back. Okay, so all these tests are related to a string, right? Right now, so we prepare a function. So you do that. Static, meaning what? Meaning it's not related to any object at all. It's just the member of this class. Static. Either way, you can static public or public static. I think that should be okay. Public. Return a string. Guarantee return a string. We say it's a vector string. So if you give me a vector in double type, this time I just save my effort. I simply name the local variable v. Okay, so you get a v, right? So how do you know the length? Remember that in CSharp, if it is an array, definitely there should be a property called length. If it is a one-dimensional array, we have a length there. So you need to kind of look through everything, right? So you can set up for, if we still highlight this for you, you can tap the hit the tab key twice. Then the Visual Studio prepare this whole statement skeleton for you. That should be v.length. So you look through everything. So vector and the matrix is tightly related to for statement. We use for statement to iterate each element or an array or matrix. Right? So prepare a string, right? So you need to return a string. So definitely we should prepare a local variable string s. Empty string, right? So after that, we should s plus equal, right? So you can use straight string or formatted string. The first guy, and leave a blank space after that element. So it's totally up to you. You might say that, well, in your convention, you like to put a comma there, or otherwise, anyway, fine, I just put it there. How about I value? Let's put I value there. So it's very simple, right? All right, so after everything has been done, return it. Okay, it's done. All right, so similarly, you start preparing the rest of the function one by one, okay? So I think since it's break time, so we take a break and then we will go back to our main form, try to prepare some initial data there. So we can exercise using this utility class for us one by one. All right, 我们休息一下哈。All right, so we have a static function ready for you to use it, right? So let us go back to our main form. So initially, we should have some. Okay, let me display that. Okay, so we kind of move back to our form. So in our form, we should have some initial data there. For example, we should declare our vector. vector 1, vector 2, matrix 1 up to matrix 3 in our main form, right? So that's the data we want to main form. So we specify right here. So within the main form class, we have a vector. It's a double array. Vector 1. Right, so in a class, actually, after you define a data member, you can initialize it in this definition statement. So we can declare it new. So formally, I mean, if you want to declare a variable, you should use new and then tell in the compiler how many elements of it. So right now, suppose I have 4 elements, right? And then I also want to initialize each element. So after the right bracket, I add a pair of braces to enumerate each element one by one there. So, okay, if I have 1.0, excuse me, 1.1, 2.2, 3.3, 4.4, up to this point. Okay, so what's wrong here? Vector 1 double. Oh, excuse me, I made a wrong data type, right? That should be double. When there is a red query that came out, let me see what's wrong. I think that should be okay. Yeah, there should be no any error. Right. So fine. It's a formal declaration and initialization, right, for an array. So I kind of initialize it with 4 double value and also each value there. If accidentally, if I just supply 3 elements, comparable component, right? See, comparable component. So in that case, if you're saying that you have 4 elements, definitely you should provide 4 elements with it. But since the CPU can count element, right? So the safety way, I just leave the element out. That's okay. So that is again initialization with 4 elements. The statement is right here. New double array doing that, telling the you just tell the CPU that I want to create an array, and the number I cannot specify, but you CPU can count it, right? After the count, definitely there should be 4 double allocate. But since right now, the right hand side has the initial value, right? 4 element there, prepare 4 element there, and definitely that should be put into an array, right? So in that case, I can leave out this clause, make it simple. So that is the simplest way to instantiate 4 element of double assign it to the vector 1. You can specify it. So remember that in reality, that is a new formal statement in this way, 4 element, and then double this, and followed by a pair of parentheses, enumerate each element of it. So we can save some typing there. So that's the vector 1, right? And how about the matrix? Double. This is a square matrix. Matrix 1. So remember that right now we are dealing with what? Dealing with a 2-dimensional array. So formally formal statement or instantiate and 2-dimensional array should be in this way. New type, right? Double. So I need to specify the dimension. So the first one should be 4. Excuse me, maybe 4 by 3. 4 by 3. I'm not sure how much. That should be 4 by 4. I mean, it's following the restriction. All right. So and I also want to initialize it. So you need to prepare that. And since right now it's a 2-dimensional array, right? 2-dimensional array. So you should provide the right way. So the animal wise should have the first dimension should be row wise. So definitely that should be 4 elements, 4 rows, right? So I kind of prepared 4 rows. And within each pair of branches, I need to supply 4 elements of it. Right? So right now still error message came out, right? So I have put 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Arbitrary, you can special arbitrary value there. Alright, so once you type all elements, that should be 16 elements, right? If you accidentally, did not supply 4 elements for each row, error message will come out for you. Right, so you cannot do it in a wrong way. So after the initialization, right? This is the initialized element. Well, what should I specify the element? CPU can count that by itself, right? So, okay, leave it out. Fine, right? If you want to leave it out, all the dimensions should be leave it out. So, okay, I can type this statement. This statement is still valid. Right? I did not tell you the dimension or the row wise, and I also did not tell you the column dimension. The CPU can determine it by itself. Well, again, I don't need to specify the new and the type and the dimension, right? CPU can count that by itself. So you need to carefully check the format. Right now we have 4 elements in the first dimension, right? And then in the second dimension should put 4 elements in it. So again, if you leave it out, the image will come out, right? So the first row has 3 elements, but the second row has 4 elements, right? So in that case, well, I can maintain this correctness by delete the first element off. Alright, so that's fine. So what kind of dimension of this matrix one turn out? That should be 4 by 3. 4 by 3, right? 4 elements, 4 rows. Each element should have 3 elements. So fine. So you need to make sure it's correct. So right now we like to have 4 dimension. So I kind of add the 4th element for each row. Okay, bingo. So right now we have vector 1. And if you initially after the form has been displayed, we like to display it on our user interface. So right now we have, for example, you have text box. Here text box. That's with V1 for V1. And we prepare what? Well, prepare rich text box. I think you don't need to specify rich text, but never mind. I might still use the text box. Okay. Text box for matrix, and rich text box for output display. Rich text box. That one is for result came out, and we might have need special some button do some calculation, right? Let me show you if you want this text box to display a matrix, right? So by default, check the property of this text box. There is I think there is a property. Multi-line there. There's a property multi-line. By default, it's false. So if you like to turn it to a true multi-line, so in that case you can specify the size. So again, this text box. Another one is text box. This one is for matrix, right? This is for vector. Alright, so once this form is displayed, we like to print out the vector, the content of vector right here in this text box. Print out matrix 1 right here, right? That's the purpose. So we have, as I described in the instruction, so we have vector 1, we have matrix 1, and then within this, because from time to time, once user click on the button, we need to update, right? Because the user might change the value of this vector. So we will have update V1, update M1 there. So during the V1, update M1, we will pick up the new value from text box and then write it back to vector 1, matrix 1. So we kind of prepare these two functions first, update V1, update V2. So back to our form. So vector 1, matrix 1, so we have function. Well, we don't use special as a public, so void update v1. Right? It's very simple. Just check the user interface. Just check the user interface. You see, check this user interface. Text box 1, right? So I like to change it. TXB v1. This one. TXB m1. So after v1, and also we will provide for this user interface, we update m1 somehow. So what will you do in update v1? The logic is that you kind of pass this string, right? Previously, I just showed you that if originally they are 4 number, right? But user might add another element, so the dimension of this vector turned out to be 5 dimensional, right? So you need to within this function, you need to check the content of the text box, right? And then prepare new another vector 1, because so right now the element has been changed into 5 element, right? So you need to reassign, you need to renew an array for the vector 1. So update v1 is for that purpose. And then we also have need to provide a function called initialize user interfaces, set value properties, or controls from all the vector and the matrix. Because right now we have initial value, right? We have vector 1, matrix 1. So within this function, initialize user interfaces, we need to display content of vector 1, matrix 1 into the form. So we have void initialize user interface. So we kind of display v1, display m1, right? So v1 has been special where? In where? TXB v1, right? All right, we kind of assign its text. How can I do that? v1, right? v1 is right here. Display v1, right? Display v1, vector 1 is right here. So we ask help. We ask help from what? From the class you just prepared. Vector matrix class, right? So this is the utility class. Vector and the matrix. They have a utility function for you, vector string. So once you put a vector in it, you will get a string back. All right, that's fine. So we asked the vector and matrix, this class. I just designed it, dot. We do not need to instantiate any object for this class. We directly use class name to access. But right now, as you can see, we just have one public function, right? Ready for you, vector string. All right, vector string. So you need what you need to put what? Put vector 1 in it. Display vector 1, right? All right, so we will display vector 1 content. So let us run it. So maybe you just wonder what the code is executing. So we set a breakpoint right here, right? So this function does not have any references. You see, if you want to display the content, you need to call this function. This function initializes everything from the current value of vector 1 and vector 2. So we call this one initialize user interfaces after every control has been initialized by Visual Studio Code, provided code. Okay, so we run it. Since we have breakpoint, right? So it's about to execute this line. So how about the text? It's empty, right? So we trace it into this function. Trace to this function. This is static function. Enter it. Come to this point. All right. So within this function, the vector is supplied right here. We have initial value 1.1, 2.1, right? So we compose this string. All right. So let the code execute through this statement, and then one step back. Right. So then the code continue. So we have our vector displayed 0, 1, 2, 3. You might say, well, what happened? I mean, when it is 0, 1, 2, 3, what's wrong there? Okay, let me see what's wrong there. Oh, I made a mistake right here, right? With the string. See, not Y, not I, right? It's readable. Right now, I iterate from 0 up to 4, right? So I should use what? V access the element of this vector. That should be V1. So V I, that is a double value, right? So let me do it again. Okay, so up to this point, it's okay. 1.1, 2.2, 3.3, 4.4. Right? It's fine. Okay, so we have this ready for you. So similarly, you can display M1, right? So what kind of requirement you like to have? Well, we will ask this class provide another function that is display a matrix, right? Vector string, matrix string, matrix string. So if you give me a two-dimensional array, I will display the content of this matrix back as a string. So this string definitely should have a next line character specified. So similarly, back to our vector matrix class. Similarly, we will provide a utility function called matrix string. And then we like to change the name, right? Rename it N, stand for the matrix. And it is no longer one dimension, it's two dimension. So it's a two dimensional N. So how can you identify the dimension of this two dimensional array? For one dimensional array, definitely we have a length, right? V dot length. So if you, since right now it's two dimensional array, right? So we might, for example, switch the I. It's my convention, right? I would like to rename it as R, stand for what? Probably just row. Fine. ROW. So it's a variable, it's a local variable. So for row, start from 0 up to 1. And it's two dimensional, right? So it's not length. You should use the get length. This function, utility function of an array. Zeros. The zeros dimension, that should be the row dimension. Alright, so after this for loop, then we will set up the inner for loop for int. Like to change that into a meaningful variable. We name it as column, COL. So make you clearly understand the indexing. So row index, column index, and then how about the dimension of the column? Well, again, you use the matrix two-dimensional method. Get length 1. Okay, so how about your string? We kind of add up the element row, column, right? Column, right? Row, column. So we add a blank space there. How about at the end of a row? So up to this point, it's the end of the row, right? So you need to add up another break line. Add up with next line. So that string will contain several next step, next line character. It's escape character, right? Escape character. All right, so we have a matrix string function ready for your usage. So back to our main form. That is display v1, right? So again, it's about the time we display our matrix text m1.text. what? Again, we ask this class help us, helping class, right? Oh, okay, there is a matrix string. Each time you want to display the content, then you will ask the matrix one, this class help for you. All right, display M1, fine. Okay, we test our code. It does not work, right? Well, the break line is not succeed, right? So actually, we should move to the second row, right? But right now, it's not enough. Okay, so that is the property of a text box. If you use the text box, you will not just add the backslash and it's not enough. You should use what? Add another escape character called carriage return, and then followed by a next line. These are the escape character. So sometimes if you just put a next line escape character, it's not enough. You need to add another escape character called carriage return. It is related to old times. In the old times, we use typewriter, right? Typewriter, try to type anything. And the first thing you kind of move that leverage back to the drum to let the carriage return to the first character, and then forward the row, the typewriter row one step. So that is carriage return, and then next line followed by next line. So once you add these two escape characters, I think that will work. So in that case, the display will be okay. So that is the matrix, our matrix. Okay, so up to this point, all right. But before you do anything, right? Before you do anything, probably user change the vector. So probably in this time, I change it to one space 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. User might change the content of this vector, right? So right now, the vector will no longer be of dimension 4, right? So in that case, user feel free to change the content of V1. So before you do anything, you need to update the V1 again. All right, so main form we will have we need to do what? Update vector 1. All right, we will have a function update 1. So set vector 1 from the control, from user's control. Okay. So back to our code again. Update V1 right here. So the content has been stored in where? In the text box V1, right? Text box V1. User might change it. Dot text. So we need to transform this string back to a vector. All right. So I think I did not ask you to. I did not ask you to do that, right? So you need to do it right here in the update V1. All right. So probably we will ask the class to help us prepare this kind of function. Okay, it's not stated in this description. So we just update V1, but in our vector and a matrix class did not ask you to do that, right? So I just have a vector string. So the rest of them should be what? Oh yeah, we have. I ask you to write this function. If a user provides you a string, right? A string. That string contains the element of a vector. You need to return a vector back to the caller, to vector string. All right. So we added this function to vector. So we back to the vector matrix. So vector string. So we provide another utility function, static public. It will return a double vector. And then we say to vector. User needs to provide me a string, s. Okay, good. So s. So let us see, and we can use that, right? We can use it. So let us see step by step. So let me, for example, probably we like to catch. Let me show you this button. Find norm of V1. So this button try to find norm of V1, right? So usually we have V1 display, right? So if user directly click on this button, we will find the V1 or the original vector specified by us, right? But user might change the content of the V1. So within this button, find norm of V1, we need to update V1 first. So within this V1, we subscribe the event click. So the name is now okay, all right? So we update V1 first and category norm of V1, right? So how can you update V1? Because you have update V1 right here, right? All right, so we simply call update V1. So update V1 will be updated by what? Because your data is vector 1, right? So vector 1 will be replaced. So everything, the new content has been specified by the user in the text box V1, right? So we needed the help of the vector and the matrix class to vector. Right now, the string, the user special string, even though user did not specify it, did not change the content, but user is likely to change the content of V1, right? So we collected the string back from the user first, and then we ask the help from the to vector, and then we assign it back to where? To our vector 1. So vector 1 probably dimension and content will be changed by the user, but it's fine. We update it right here within this function. So within this function, vector 1 has been updated by the user supplied content, right? So we ask the help from this class. So we have v vector 1 updated. Then we will provide so V1 have been updated. Then we will calculate the norm of V1, right? So how can you calculate the norm of V1? Again, that functionality should be provided by our class. So as you can see, within this matrix and vector, within this class vector and matrix, we have what? We have find norm. Well, okay, we have function norm. If you give me a vector, we will show the norm for you. So static public double norm double vector. Okay, so back to our class again, right here. So we have vector string, we have two vector which has not been implemented yet, but we also promise that we provide a static function where we public, which is public, will return a double, and this function called norm, N-O-R-M. And if you give me an array vector, and I will give you the norm of this vector back to you. Okay, so let us check the string to string first. So make the red curriculum disappear. Okay, so string that should be double. I call it new v. I call it double array v. Initially none. Return it. Right? So we will prepare a new double array and then send it back to the caller to vector if the user gives it a string. And how about norm? Well, we will calculate a norm double n equals 0.0 return n, right? So these are functional utility function for us. So let me set a breakpoint right here. So right now we have function skeleton well prepared. Back to our form. So we have update v1 ready. So we update v1, and then we will ask what? Ask that guy help us vector and matrix, they have a functionality called norm, right? So if I give it vector 1, and then it will send me back the norm, right? So we get a norm, right? So we have double NORM computed with the help of this class, help us. So right now we will display the content, right? So we display it into where? Rich text box, right? Rich text box 1. The rich text box has a function called appended text, right? Appended text. So we prepare a text, appended text, which is a string. Okay, so we print out something. Norm over vector 1 equal backslash. Or probably, well, just put in here for vector 1 equal norm. And then followed by a next line escape character. If you like to separate, then probably add another blank space. Next line. It's up to you. Okay, so this button seems working right now. Okay, we update V1 first because this button is for calculating the norm of vector V1, right? So we update V1 first, and then we ask help from this class computer norm. We get a norm, we display it. So the format is quite similar for the rest of the button. All right. Okay, so let us trace it. Trace what's wrong, what's going on there. Okay, so we set a breakpoint right here on this button. All right, so we discard this breakpoint. So this is the initial cases, right? So, but probably user change it, right? So user might change 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a look. I kind of put 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 space blank space there. 5, 6. So right now it's a 6-dimensional, right? So the user knows that right now I special as an array of 6 elements, right? 6 elements there. So click on this button. We will update V1 first, right? So we step into the function by hitting F11 key to debug it. So up to this line, right? Update V1. Okay. So this line. So how about text box V1, the text? You see 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, space, 5 space, 6. It's a string. So I enter this string, enter this function, came to this line, to vector, right? So right now we have S ready. So right now is about the time you analyze the string. How many elements exist in this string? And you need to instantiate a new vector V. So it's our job right here. So remember that the contents of this string contain the element of your vector, right? The element has been separated by blank space. Okay, so how can you do that? Okay, so we terminate the execution up to this point. So we need to do what? Since S is the string, so we S, there is an integer function called split, and then there are 6 ways to specify. The first one is you specify an array of character, calculate. The calculator will serve as a separator. 这个字元special 这个字元呢for example, right now we can special. Okay. Once you bump into a space character, then the space character will serve as a separator. 它是一个分隔的这个字元，分隔的字元。So the first call is this way, and second way, again, calculator array, single invocation. Okay, there are another options, string, split option there. So if I did not use that, I stick on this function call. I will get a string array. See, you will get string array back. All right, so I declare a string array. I call it items. Split it. Okay, so I will give us items, right? And then I will use what? For what? Items, items, the number of items, right, should be the number of elements, right? So, okay, this way we allocate a chunk of memory, double. What is the dimension? That should be items. Since I want to measure length, right? So I allocate the number for this vector should be the items length. Initialize it, and then I kind of iterate. So 0 up to v dot length I plus plus, excuse me, that should be I smaller than v, because after the v has been initialized, the length of the v is existing there, so I can use v length there. So right now I assign the element I or v from items I. But it's not okay, right? Because items is a string. It has been split from a string, right? So it's a substring. So how can you convert? Well, we will ask to convert this helping class to double, right? So it's kind of so straightforward, right? So since the string contains the content of the element, right? So we split it. By space range, if the string bump into a blank spaces, then the blank space will serve as a separate. So we create all the items there. Okay, this sounds alright. So we create this vector with the new number, right? And then we assign each element back to this vector. So we return it. So let us see whether it okay or not. Alright, so user again. Type 1, 2, 3, blank space, blank space, blank space, 4, 5. Okay, so right now, as you can see, user space will have 5 elements, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. Each element has been separated by blank space. Some of them has more blank space, some just has one blank space. Okay, so about to find the norm for it. So we enter this update function, right? We ask help from these two vectors. So we enter this function. Oh, okay, can do this function. We just specialize. So check about the string S. 1 space 2 space 3 space 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 4 space 5. All right, we are about to ask this function separate this string S into substring. The substring has been put into the items array, right? So once I run it, check the items. There should be 5 elements, right? So move this item. It's wrong. There are 8 elements within it. Check the content of this 8 element. The first the zeros is okay. 1, 2, 3, 3, right? But what's wrong with the 3, 4, 5? They are empty string. These are empty string. 4, 5 there. So what's wrong there? Alright, so let us see what's wrong here. So we have 1, 2, 3, cannot remember. 4, right? 4 is right here. 4, 5 there. So we have blank space, blank space, blank space, blank space, blank space, blank space there. Since right now you're saying that we use blank space to separate the string into substring. So computer will separate one. Oh, okay, this is first string, second substring, third substring, fourth substring, right here, first substring. Blank space, right? Blank space. Fifth, another substring right here. So it's an empty substring. It's an empty substring. So that is the problem we have right now. If the user has added more blank spaces, so initially, right, as you can see 1, 2, 3. So in that case, After split, the items does not show up correct number of element, right? We have empty string, empty substring generate from this string. So how can we overcome this problem? All right, so we need to invoke. Okay, so let me stop it. So we will invoke, not just invoke this function, we need to invoke another split function. So we need to invoke this function. So we need to specify a string split option. There's only we can split up. So we need to prepare a character array. This is a character array. All the characters specified within this array are served as the separate. So in here, we cannot prepare CHAR array. SAPS equal SPS. You see, formally you should use new CHAR array, right? One, providing the initial value is a blank character. Right. I just have the one because it's a separator. Blank space is a separate. I just have one element. But as I just shown you from the array initialization, we don't need to specify this one. Well, we can just write this line separator. I just have one element. So the array separator has been prepared. Separator right here. So then we will invoke this split function by supplying this SEPS. Then we will invoke this function, string split option. So type string. Okay, IntelliSense has highlighted this enumeration for our string split option. So we type dot select one. As you can see, by default is none. But right now we need to set this option. Remove empty entries. That is the option we like to choose. Okay, so you need to carefully use this split function because user might accidentally add the blank space, right? Add this blank space, right? So right now we just okay. If you bump into a blank space, that serves as the separate. All right. So let us see what's going on here. So user will change 1, 2, 3, blank space, blank space, blank space, blank space, 4, 5. So we have 5 elements. So we okay, up to this breakpoint. So S again here, right? All right. So this time we use different kind of split function, right? By providing an option there. Okay. Move your cursor, check about the items. All right, it's perfect. Right now we have 5 elements generated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's good. It's good. And then so we will be initialized with a new array, 5 elements. So each element has been prepared there. All right, so run to this line. Next line. So right side has been executed. So that's what. So right now we have a new memory allocated, right? So we have new array area. So we'll just copy the address back to the vector 1. So far, vector 1 has not been altered yet. The vector 1 still have 4 elements, 1.1, 2.1, up to 2. But after the right-hand side has been allocated a chunk of memory with 5 element double, and then the initial address will be copied back to the vector 1. So once this line is executed, vector 1 no longer pointed to this array. Right now, check your vector 1. Right now has been changed to point to a new array with 5 elements.好，所以vector 1现在是指向这个地方。Okay, so it's good. So update v1 has 5 elements. So right now we ask another function help us, right? So vector 1 right now we have 5 elements. 1, 2, 1, 2, up to 5. So we enter this function. Enter this function, right? Long. Try to find long. So you have vector v. You will know the length, right? So you need to implement that by yourself. 所以麻烦你自己做哈。什么算出 long？ 每一个 element 的平方加起来，到最后开根号。好，这是 long， 麻烦你去 implement 它。好，那现在有一个 condition 了哈。So let me try to run it again. So right now this time it's 1, 2, 3, blank space, blank space, blank space, blank space, tab. Excuse me. Tab. Oops. Cannot type tab. Interesting. Cannot type blank tab. 4, 5. Okay, how about S? Oh, okay, I cannot. So it's okay. I think it's safe right now because I try to insert backspace, right? Backspace there. So if you have backspace, then after this split, it is still not correct. So I think it's a 5. It's okay. I mean, right here, it's very subtle, right? I might add another separator in order to make sure I have a tab key. Tab escape character. So it has better because if the user provide a tab key there, for example, let me show you. Okay. All right. So if you do not specify this as a separator, and let me try to do it. Let me run again. All right. So I add the text file. I don't know whether I can do it or not. So within this 1 blank space, 2 blank space, 3 blank space, tab key, tab key, tab key, blank space, 4, 5. So I kind of copy this string. Paste. Okay, all right. So now I have 1 blank space, 2 blank space, 3 blank space, tab. Blank space. Okay, so let's see what we're going on. You see visually, S. You see S right now is contain what? Contain 1 blank space, but we have how many? We have 3 tab key there. We have 3 tab character there. All right. So again, after you execute the split function, how many items will be generated? You see, right now we have 6 items generated. You see, we have 1, 2, 3, tap. It's there. So again, the items number is again wrong. It's not correct. All right, so that is why I ask you if you turn on this option, not just blank space. You should add another separator. If you use a tab key, it's escape character, right? Tab key. Still, that will be regarded here as a separator. Okay, separate. So in this case, again, my user might specify a string with a tab key there. All right, so that's the S string, right? So we contain the tab character there. So after split, you see, right now it's correct, 5 elements there. So in order to make your split work correctly, you should specify that as a separate. Well, you can feel free to add. Probably sometimes you might let the users use the comma to separate the element. Fine. Add another separator for it. So that will make your code much more amazing this time. So this time, user might type 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, comma 6, comma, and a blank space 7, comma 8, 5, blank space. All right, so let us see the string. You see, string contain 1, comma, some of them has been separated by blank space. So we have an element, right? So after split items, well, it's perfect. We have just 8 elements generated. All right, so if you want to use split, you need to pay attention to this this kind of scenario. Make sure you turn on this option. Okay, in order to use this option, you need to provide a way of separator character right here. Okay, I think it's about the time we take a break. OK，我们休息一下再回来哈。那你把其他东西，剩下 pretty much 大概你要自己去把它 implement 出来。我看还有哪些东西需要再跟大家说明哈。好吧，我们休息再回来哈。好，怎么样？好，好，我等下再看哈，我帮你看。好，我们休息后再回来哈。稍后一下，视窗。So it's time about the time we generate this function to matrix. So we provide two-dimensional matrix, that is square matrix, not square matrix, rectangular matrix. And I call it N. Rename it matrix, right? So user rename help you to do that. Okay, but in the very beginning we should separate what? You see, for the matrix, each row will turn out to be a line, right? To be a line separated by a backslash R and backslash N, right? So we need to pass the string for row first. So when I call it rows, ROWS, rows. How about the separate? We are not going to use this blank space, right? So once it bumps into a backslash N, backslash R, then it turned out to be a line. So we kind of separate the line first. So we call it rows, all right? So once the rows is known, definitely dimension of row number is known, right? But for the first row, okay, separate my let me copy that. I might call it line separate. Lines separate. So the first we use line separate, right, to split the string into several other lines. And then after that we will use separate to separate element. Okay. So line separate. I just check it for the backslash and backslash R that serve as the separate. So we get a rows. And then we need to instantiate the memory for the matrix, right? So the rows number, rows length, we know that's the row number. But how about the column number? We need to identify the column number first, right? So we might use the string items. Try to use what? Use the rows, zeros string, rows, zeros. Try to split it. And this time we use separate and separate. So we ask we set these options, string string split option. Okay, it has highlighted this enumeration for us. So we just use dot to select it, remove empty entries. So we know rows is a rows string array. Items right now has first the zeros rows items ready there. So we know it's about the time we allocate memory for this matrix. So double, right? Not items, rows, length. How about the second, the column dimension? That should be the items, length. Okay. So right now N is a two-dimensional array, right? It's a rectangular matrix. So similarly, we have N dot length, right? So we need to pay attention to that. Since right now N is two-dimensional array, so if you type N dot length, it's total number, total element of this matrix, not row number, not column number at all. Okay, so make sure that N still has a property called length. But we are not, since it's two-dimensional array, we are not going to use that at all. So up to this point, well, we will do what? So we will set up I, right? So we like to change it, rename it. I call it R, stand for row index. right? So similarly, I will need to make the hierarchy much more clear. So add a pair of parentheses. So we look through for all the rows first. So R smaller than what? Smaller than rows, not lengths. That should be rows lengths. Rows lengths, right? Rows lengths. R plus plus. And then we iterate for int column start from 0, column smaller than items length, column plus plus. So then we will assign RC from to double items column. Right? So we have items ready. That's the first row, right? So for the zeroth row, and then after that, because we have our zero split, right? So after that, well, we might do it in form though, even though that is a duplicate. Okay, so items. Well, we have better, I mean, to make the logic clear, right? So for us row, start from 0. We use us row string, separate it right here, and use separate. So it seems that we kind of duplicate it. I mean, it's clear that if R is 0, right? But it's okay. I just want to make sure and we get rows split first. So put in items, items C's. It's okay. So for this, for rows 0 split, just try to find the number. Okay, just find the number. But in order to make everything work properly, because sometimes user might specify different kind of value, right? So for example, user might specify the first row 5 element, second row 3 element, third row 8 element. So in that case, you need to somehow return something back to the user to let the user know it's not alright. So after the split, right? After the split, we may, well, so row number is okay. This row number just separate from the backslash and backslash. But how about the items, column items? So I'm gonna record column, so column columns count, column count. That should be equal items length, column count. Okay. So once I use the first row string to split it, I know the number of column, right? Number of columns. So I put it in the local variable column here. So in that case, I no longer use items length here. I simply saying that rows length, columns count. And right now, if I split it into items, I will check if items length not equal column count. Something wrong, right? Otherwise, your code will be fair. If it's not, okay, we will generate and we will let the code stop because it's not working. Or probably you might think, well, I just return 9. Okay, if it is not equal 0, then return none. Not does not work. Which means does not work. Okay. So or probably either way, return none, the code is still running. But sometimes if you think about it, it's a serious error, serious mistake. I might use that throw. We can talk about that throw exception. New exception. EXC and type a message there. And I would say column count, element count. is not equal COL. I kind of use the string. Column count is not correct. Column count is not equal because we know the matrix should have this column count, right? Correctly. Okay, I'm going to put again rows. Column count or row is not equal. Okay, I put the rows, you see, because once we pass the rows are this string, the number of items does not equal to the zeroth row, right? So in that case, we try to generate meaningful information right here for the user. So put the string right here, rows are this row. Okay, element count of rows is not equal 5. So what did this usually happen? Your application will be terminate. Error exception will be generated. Okay, just like that. So if the items length does not equal count, show exception. All right. Otherwise, we convert the item C, especially into the element of rows R, column C. So it's okay. So two matrices is working right now. All right. So suppose right now we have what? We have button. Things I have determinant. Oh, M1 try to calculate 我们讲说行列式它必须 square 的一个 matrix 啊。BTN DETERMINANT determinant. Okay, determinant. So we have matrix 1 that must be the square matrix, and then we try to calculate the determinant of M1. So again, user might change the matrix, right? So we kind of update M1 first. Update M1. So far, we did not prepare this function, right? So we have update M1 right here, right? And then we will ask help from the matrix, right? So similarly, well, we have a double DETERMINANT determinant, right? Initially 0.0. And then we ask the help from this guy, from the class vector matrix. I cannot remember the name. The matrix norm matrix solution vector multiplication. Okay, determinant double matrix. So we will prepare this function. So this class should provide a function DETERMINANT determinant, and then we just put my matrix 1 as the argument. So this class has this function DETERMINANT determinant. Okay, so right now we did not prepare this function yet, right? So once the determinant is calculated, similarly, we just print that out. Okay, so determinant of matrix 1 equal 1 equal determinant. Okay. Now we do not have this function, right? But we kind of type this anticipated name of this function, right? So let the Visual Studio prepare this function skeleton for us. So visual code go here. Click on it. Generate method. Okay, generate method. Okay, once it's gone, Visual has added this function to us. So how will you know that? Highlight this function name, right click, go to the definition. Go to definition. Okay, this is added by Visual Studio for us. So we can call that function before that function is defined, and then ask the Visual Studio to prepare that function for you. So internal, it's okay. Internal is public. So we like to know the other class can access it. Public setting. So determinant. But right now I do not do this. I simply return 0.0. Well, never mind. I use the value. You need to do that by yourself. Okay, measures that. So the problem is that how will you update matrix 1? Update matrix 1, right? Update matrix 1 right here. So your matrix 1 will be replaced, right, by the user supplied matrix. So matrix 1 again, we ask vector and the matrix again to matrix. So right now the contents of this matrix has been where txbm1 dot text. Right, similarly like that. So update 1, we have matrix 1, we have everything ready. Okay, so we set a breakpoint somehow up to this point. So when this button is clicked, we will update M1 first. And M1 can be displayed. So we ask the vector and matrix to help us to convert it from a string. Okay, so similarly. So right now, initially they have a string there, right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 0, matrix there, displayed it. Then we try to define a determinant or M1. So click on here. So we will use the current string. You see, this is the current text, right? Backslash R, backslash N, blah, 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 there. Okay, we enter this function. F11 key came to this two matrix function. So initially M is none. It has been prepared. Separate. Okay, line separate. Backslash N, backslash R. Separate. Blank space, tab key, comma. So we will get rows first for S. So S right now, see, as you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So S will separate into 4 rows. So once this is done, it's executed, separated. Check about the rows. Rows, right? You see 4 elements, right? 4 elements. Okay, it's perfect. 1, 2, 3, 5, and everything has been well prepared there. So right now we know the number of rows from rows array, right? So basically there are 4 elements, right? So the row count is 4. How about column count? We use the row 0, this line to parse it, to check how many items has been special there. We split it first. And then the items count, well, as you can see, there are 4 items, right? So we know column count is 4. So it's about the time we allocate memory for this matrix. So we allocate memory. So number is 4, column count is 4. Fine. So after that, we kind of, because each line has been stored as a string, right? In the rows, 0 row up to rows 5, 3, right? So iterate with each row, and then we split it, and then change it, and then split the string into substring into items. So items is right here, 1, 2, 3, 5, right? So count exactly the same. So it's okay. Then we convert into a matrix M1. So up to this point, we execute up to this point. Visual cursor right here, up to this point. Everything has been prepared. M is well established. So right now, it's established. So come to this point, it's okay. Everything is fine. Determinant has been calculated. Right now, it's not correct one. So printing that out. Right? Okay. So determinant is 999.9. So if the user change it, 4, 5, space, 1. Second line, just 2, 3, 1, 4, 6. Okay, so suppose you use a special and matrix in this way. Definitely, the second row does not have 3 elements, right? So what will happen? Try to find a determinant. enter this function. So came to this point again, came to this two matrix. So after the rows separate, you see we have rows 3. Alright, it's given 4, 3 element, 2 element, right? So we check about the first row, 0th row. So we know column count 3, right? Column count 3. Okay, so we came to this place. The first rows are fine. We just have 3 elements, right? And then we are about to pass rows 1. Rows 1 right here. But items just has 2 elements, right? So it's not correct. So we see column count 3. But how about items? Items are 2, not equal. So we are about to throw an exception. So once I run it, you see, you will get the exception unhandled. System exception. Element count or rows 2, 3 is not equal to 3. Alright, so that is the way we handle this kind of situation. Okay, so I think for the matrix is alright up to this point. The final, I think the rest of the functionality should be done by you. But I'd like to guide you how to implement this one. There is a calculation. Matrix times excuse me. Multiplication. Okay, multiplication. We have a function multiplication of 2 matrices, M1, M2. Okay, I will guide you how to implement this guy. Multiplication. So that is a functionality provided in the vector matrix. So in vector matrix, we will perform static property. And after multiplication, there should be a matrix came out. So double. So matrix out. Multiplication. Okay, the function is again. So double M1 times double M2. So we have double prepare. And initially it's none. Return. And so that is the purpose we like to implement. So similarly, multiplication has we might have what? Vector times. You see, you need to implement another cases. The first is M. Now second is a column vector V. So result should be a vector. This is a matrix 3 by yeah, it's better 3 by 4, 4 by 1, 3 by 1. So that should be a vector. And I call it U, right? So in this case, function is exactly the same, right? This is okay. We call this a function overloaded. I mean, in this chapter 7, we'll talk about function. Function can be the name of the function name can be the same, but definitely the argument should be different. So that in that case, we call it's a function overloaded. 我们叫函式的多载，哈，中文叫翻译叫 overloaded。function name exactly the same, but the argument is different， 啊，这是 OK 的。所以这是一个 multiplication， 哈。那另外一个 multiplication，another multiplication is that the first element is a vector, the second element is a double array. So another multiplication is that it's a row vector times a matrix. So again, result is double. So you need to implement this kind of functionality. Multiplication here. Some of them is a matrix times matrix. The other should be the matrix times vector or vector times matrix. Okay, you need to do that by yourself. So this is the two-dimensional matrix, right? So similarly, you need to check the dimension. The first dimension, non-zeros. First dimension of n1 should be equal to zeroth dimension of n2, right? You need to do that. So in that case, we need to check if n1, how could you know the dimension of a multiple array, you use get length. The first dimension, if does not equal n2 get length zeros. Similarly, throw an exception. Two matches do not share same common dimension. Anyway, you just usually avoid this kind of situation by either throw an exception or return none. Fine, up to you. It's totally up to you. Okay, Alright, so since we have dimension, right, so we will set up dimension property row. Count equal what? n1 dot get length, right? Get length 0. Column count. n2 get length 1, right? And probably in the middle then I might just have we'll just specify where row count, row column equal m1 dot get length 1, right? So when we have 3 dimension, you need to pay attention to that. So row count, column count. And finally, we will return a matrix M, right? So what is the memory? What is the size of this matrix? And we need to add the memory for that. How about the first dimension? That should be row count, right? Row count. How about the column count? That should be column count. Okay. And if you take a look at the mathematical equation, so I also prepared this matrix equation for you here. A times matrix A, right? Oh, okay, I kind of use dimension N, P. Okay, N, P. Fine, I change it. So the first is N. So rename it into N. Oh, it's not okay. I'll change this one. Rename it C matrix. This guy, rename it. Okay. In order to follow the notation in the expression, I change it A. Fine. Rename it. So make it consistent with the explanation right here. So we would like to carry the C, right? So N by N, B, N by P, and then P. Alright, so rows count, changing to N. Column count, rename it. P should be P. C turned out to be renamed N. Right? So get length 1 should be N, right? Dimension N. Get length 0 should be dimension N, right? Pn. So N should be the same, share the same dimension. Otherwise, we cannot calculate the multiplication for that. So C realize N by P, right? N by P. So C should be N by P, right? So how can you calculate the element of C sub ij? Okay, so we call it ij N by P. A ik dot b times b kj, right? So that is a mathematical formation. But if you look into our code, it's similar, it's consistent. So how can we do that? All right. So we set up the flow I start from 1, so from 0 up to where? Up to n, right? Similar. And how about the j, p, right? So we try to identify what? We try to carry the C, I, J, right? The element initially is 0.0. Okay, I will wait here for you. So we have C will be returned, right? So up to this point, we check the consistency with the common dimension. If it is okay, then we get the dimension from get length 0, get length 1, and P ready, and between A and B, right? So either way, you can A get length 1 or B dot get length 0. That should be dimension n. So we allocate memory for C. It's n by P. So now we try to set the value for each item, Cij, right? Should carry Cij. But as you can see, take a look at the formulation. Cij, right? Try to get the Cij. Cij is Aik times Bik. Bkj. Aik Bkj. So we need to iterate with dimension k. Fine. So set up another for loop. int k start from 0. K up to where? Up to n. Just n. Common dimension, right? So k plus plus summation, right? C I J equal what? Equal C I J. Add up with what? A I K. See the element time B K start from K J. It's so straightforward. I mean, if you take a close look at the mathematical formulation, it's exactly the same. It's that idea. So since it's add up an amount, right, to the original variable, so we can save this kind of expression with the plus equal. So leave that out. Keep accumulating C sub ij's value, right? So it's so straightforward. I mean, it's multiplication very easy. And for you, we need to complete multiplication of vector and n, and matrix n and the vector multiplication. Okay, so similarly, if this is more complex than this one, this needs two multiplication. So I have shown you how to do that right here. So it's consistent with the mathematical formulation. All right, see, there. So we should simply return C. Okay. I think that should be all I want to guide you through. So matrix operation calculation is very important for mathematics and scientists. So get familiar with array of C# programming language, especially for this so-called rectangular rectangular array, which is two-dimensional array, right? All right, so if there are any questions, I mean, for the rest of them, you need to accomplish them. Let me see what's missing. So vector, norm. I think another the functionality here. Let me see. For cross product, I mean for cross vector, that should be restricted to I think should be restrict up to 3-dimensional, right? So if we two vector 4-dimensional, if you want to take a cross product, no way we cannot do that, right? So make sure your cross operator can work on dimension less than 3. So make sure if I put it 3-dimensional, okay, cross product if it took 3-dimensional. So once this button is hit, we update V1 first, change that from 4-dimension into 3-dimension, and then update V2 again, right? So V1 and V2 right now are both 3-dimensional, so we can calculate the cross product. Okay, another 3 vector. After cross product is 3 vector, right? V1 cross V2. So it's working. If it is 2-dimensional, still we can calculate the cross product, right? All right, never mind. I just restrict to 3-dimensional. Okay, Fine. I think almost we are done for everything, right? Determinant, you need to calculate up to 4 dimension. If it is 5 dimension, then it's really hard. I don't think I implement that for 5 dimension. Let me check that. So add 5, 6, 7, 8. Determinant and more, right? So I add another line. 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have a 5 by 5 matrix. Can I carry a determinant? I don't know whether it's correct or not. Okay, just check that out. I mean, actually, we did not talk about recursive function at all. So, determinant, if you bump into a high dimension determinant, that can be accomplished by recursive function, all right? But if you have difficulty implement that, at least you should implement that up to 4 dimension. OK， 好，所以你的 determinant 至少4 dimension 的 square measure 你要不算出来哈，5 dimension 你就可以不用处理它了哈。好，我们还没讲到，所以递回的函式呼叫哈，不要紧。好吧，大概是这样而已哈。那 if you have any problem, you can raise your hand. Either I or TA will help you. 好，那 step by step 啊 ，complete the requirement for this assignment 哈 ，step by step, one function by one function 啊。好，差不多哈。那老师的 lab 大概在这边告个段落。那我们还有一些时间，你可以留下来哈，有些问题下课之前哈，还是可以。